Hey, Scott from Aristogrub.com here today. Happens to be High Point, North Carolina. It's June 25th, so I'm hoping that you are enjoying your strawberry parfaits today. I, on the other hand, am thinking ahead to tomorrow, June 26th, which is one of my most favorite days of the year, and that is National Chocolate Pudding Day. Now, we could go really quickly straight to a little peel top pre-made chocolate pudding cup, but that's not how we roll here at Aristogrub. We could go up the food chain one step and buy some Jello instant pudding and mix it in with the milk. Now, we could go to the far extreme and make chocolate pudding from scratch, and I'm telling you this, that ain't happening. And so somewhere in between is a really nice sweet spot. So you can see we've got a lot of different pudding options, including chia instant pudding. We're not going that route. These again are instant puddings. What we're looking for is right here. The cook and serve, available in 2 different sizes. Since I'm making some for the grandkids, we're going to go with the big one. Now on the back, they give the directions that involve using a stove top, but on the side, we have the directions we're going to follow. By the way, if you think that this pre-made pudding stuff in a cup is your only last resort tomorrow, trust me, you can do better than that. Let me show you. In the dairy section, you will find a higher quality pre-made pudding, including, check this out, chocolate pudding with cinnamon. This stuff is really good. All right, so we're in the kitchen ready for this complex cooking operation. What we do simply in the case of this size of pudding is we mix the whole container with 3 cups of milk. Now, just so you know, there's a sugar-free version of this available that when I was on a low-carb diet several years ago, I would buy, if I absolutely had to have something chocolatey and sweet, I would buy the sugar-free version of this, and I would blend it with whipped cream or whipping cream. And that brings to mind a characteristic of cocoa that we should explore and understand. That is the fact that cocoa's kind of antisocial. It doesn't like blending with liquids. And so for this, you could whisk it, but better yet, something like an immersion blender or a blender will do this job for us nicely. So just doing this on low. Should make quick use of this. Now, why am I not doing this on the countertop? That's because we just had that huge birthday party I was telling you about. There's stuff everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. So, once we're happy with that, which I would say that looks good, nice and blended, this is going to go into the microwave for 8 minutes on high. And this one, you know what? Just like at the hotel the other day making the pralines, this one only starts and goes up to 6 minutes. But you know what? We need to stir this about every 2 minutes anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and set it for 6 minutes. I will stop it every 2 minutes to stir, and then remember to add 2 at the end of that. In fact, we can go 6. There, now we have 8 minutes. Now if you plan this right, while you're waiting for these 8 minutes to pass, you've got something that you can enjoy. Oh, I just remembered too, make sure whatever cooking vessel that you're doing this in is about twice the size of the liquid that you're putting in there, because there will come a point during this cook where it will begin to boil and perhaps will bubble over. I'm not saying that that's happened to me, but it's a mess. All right, we are moments away from this being finished. By the way, while I was at the store, my wife saw my picture I posted on Instagram and said, hey, we already have chia seeds. So I'm going to make some chia pudding, just not today. So at this point when it's finished, we could let this cool off in the large container, or we can spoon it into individual size containers. I'll be filling coffee mugs with it. Those can go in the refrigerator, or they can actually be served warm. It's quite good, warm. So we are ready We're going to stir this one more time. You can see it has become incredibly thick. Wow. It thickens as it cooks. So I'm just going to spoon some of this into this cup. Woo! Try not to get too much of it on my fingers. We'll just eat some off the spatula. Why the heck not? It's heads above any instant pudding and heads above any of that shelf-stable pudding that you can buy. It costs you less in the end, and it's delicious. So you can do this. So celebrate with me tomorrow, International Chocolate Pudding Day. And even if you wind up having to buy one of these out of the fridge, you're going to like that too. Post a picture on Instagram and use the hashtag Aristogrub so I know that you're playing along, and make it a great day.